Good morning. Today what I want to do is I want to bring you a fun gun. I call it a fun gun because it was made just for fun. It's not a hunting rifle, it's not a war rifle. It was one that was designed and manufactured and used just for fun. And what I'm talking about is the Winchester 1890. It's a slide action, pump action, 22. This is in 22 short, and this particular model was built in 1909. Right. Winchester made the 1890s, from 1890 to 1932. They made about 850,000, a little more than that, over that time, and it was actually the most popular slide action rifle of the time. There was one other slide action rifle, and it was Colt, and they had made one a couple of years before, but Winchester was the most popular. It was designed by His Royal Highness John Browning. I call him that because, man, that guy was amazing. And this was designed by him and his brother Matthew. And what they did was the word was that normally Browning brought guns models to Winchester, and Winchester would look at them and then decide whether or not they want to buy them or whether they wanted to build them or whatever. But this time, what they did was they sent the design to Winchester. And when they sent the design to Winchester, Winchester said, no, we can't do it. There's no way that it can be built. So Browning took it and said, well, let's see what I can do. And he actually built one, and he sent it to Winchester and said, well, this one shoots pretty good for me. So Winchester bought it. In 17 years, when he was exclusive with Winchester, he sold them 40 patterns, I guess, 40 patterns for guns. That made Winchester very rich, and it also made the Brownings very rich. This gun here was made, and this one is in 22 short, but they had models that were made in 22 long rifle, and also ones that were made in 22 short and 22 long rifle. So over the course of 42 years that they put these together. They actually made 3 major models of these things. The Model 1 came out in 1890 and went to 1892, and it was hard cased, which is pretty. Hard casing is beautiful. It was a single frame. It was a solid frame, and it had. This is not a solid frame. I'll show you in a minute. But it was a solid frame, and it had a 24-inch barrel, and they made 15,000 of them. So they were pretty popular. So they made 15,000 of them. The Model 2 came out in 1892, and it was pretty much the same as the Model 1. The only difference was it had a brake screw on it. And we'll talk about the brake screw in a minute. They came out with the Model 2A, which was a more executive type thing where they put some checkering on the stock, and it actually, you could get it blue too if you wanted to instead of hard cased. And that was the end of the Model 2. The Model 3, which is what this is a Model 3. The Model 3 was built, the patent says 1906. So, but I've read somewhere where they were actually making them in 1901. And I found it, and I can't find it again. So I'm not sure. If somebody wants to write me and let me know whether it was 1901 or 1906. The rear sight on this, the fixed sight, says, or adjustable, I guess it's fixed, said 1901 on it. So I guess those 5 years, it could matter, but for me it doesn't matter. I mean, my gun was made certainly well past that time into 1909. This one, like I said, is from 1909. It has I guess it's an adjustable rear sight. There's a screw that you can undo there, and I haven't unscrewed the screw, but you can do that. As a front rear sight, has a hexagon barrel. They had hexagon barrels I love Hexagon barrels. It has a tube magazine. It has a butt plate that is similar to the 1919, 1904 that 1894 that I have. It's that curved sight like that, the crescent sight like that. It's got hardwood. Um, it has the sliding uh, action on it, which I'll show you in a minute how that works. And this was in 22 short. They made of these here. They made. Sorry. They made 29,000 of these things out of that. So they were very popular, very popular. One of the things that you can look at and say, is it a Model 3 or not, is if you pull it back, see the locking? It locks the bolt in place. And part of that is to add extra strength to the bolt, because this is the first of the smokeless powder guns that they made as far as the 1890s. The other two models were black powder, and this was the first of the smokeless powder ones. What it has is it has the takedown screw. They called these the gallery guns because they became very popular in shooting galleries. And so they started calling them the gallery gun. And that was back when they had the second model of it, is when they actually started doing that. So it's a recreational gun. So this is the idea, is the takedown. You can take it, take it apart, cuts it down so you can put it places so that you can take it with you. It's not a longer rifle, so it does that. The sliding action. This is the sliding action here. When you have the rifle, and what you do is when you pull it back, when you push it forward and you shoot, when you're shooting one of the shorts, this is a short. I've never seen a short until I got this gun. But there's the 22 long, and there's the 22 short. They're just little guys. But the 22 short, the magazine will push around into this here, like this. Okay. Now the bolt is wrapped around on this side. See the little groove? And it makes it so that when you pull it back, oops, I dropped it. What happens is this part comes up. When that comes up, it puts the round in line with the opening of the chamber, so that when you push the forearm forward, what happens is with this groove where the bolt is sitting, it pushes that round into the chamber and it locks the round into the chamber. So there's your sliding action. The 1894 to me is also a sliding action. So this was the first, and it turned out, I imagine that it wasn't the last, obviously, that Winchester put together. What else is there with this? On the side, it says, it tells you that it's over here. It tells you that it's a 22 short. Up the top, like all the rest of the Winchesters, it has, made by Winchester repeating firearms, and it has the patent dates on it for the different models. It has one for June of 88, then December of 92, and then November of 06. So those are the three versions. So you know that also that it's a number 3 version because of the dates that are on top of the gun. The magazine holds 14 rounds. when you lift it up, see right there, that's where you put your rounds in. I haven't tried, but it seems there's a lot of the magazine that is just up here. But it's so I wonder, about rounds. But it's actually a 14 round magazine for this gun. So anyway, so that's the model 1890 Winchester, and we'll see what I can do about having some other guns on here. I'm still working on that 94 that I got in Arizona, and I've got the stock, believe it or not, functional, and well, I'll show progress as we go along. But for right now, this is just a fun gun. It's they used it for the gallery, and I've shot it. And with the short rounds, which is really the first time I shot any short rounds, they just give a little pop. They don't really sound even like a 22. So, but anyway, all right. Well, thank you very much, and I'll be back again. Thank you.